everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Moonlight Day Astrology. So I just thought that I would make a new video because I haven't in like a really long time, and so why not? So I'm going to be talking about what it means to have a Scorpio rising, and I happen to have a Scorpio rising, so it's easy for me to talk about what it's like. So anyways, having a Scorpio rising just basically makes it's like the face that you wear when you're kind of like out in the world and you don't know anyone, or you're just kind of walking around, and it's kind of like a defense mechanism in a way, like to help you navigate the world when you don't know anyone, so it's basically how you come across to people that you don't know, or in situations where it's new to you, everything, a new environment. So it's like the first impression that people get from you. So basically, having a Scorpio rising means that the first impression that people usually get about you is that you're kind of like, I guess you say, introverted in a way, or like standoffish, like you kind of like look unapproachable, like you give off kind of like don't talk to me vibes, basically, or don't mess with me. It kind of seems like you're a bit stuck up, or people can interpret you as being kind of just like to yourself, and kind of like, that's why you give like an aura of like being mysterious. It's because you kind of give off these mixed signals to people, and they don't know how to feel about you. So they're kind of like, are they nice? Are they not nice? Are they just shy? Or do they hate me? I mean, why are they staring at me with such intensity? Or like, it's kind of like you make people uneasy at times, because they're like, they can't really gauge like, what, like if you're having a good time, if you're not, if you're interested, if you're not interested. And it's something like unconscious that you do, so it's not like you're thinking about it, right? Because that's just like, it's a part of you. So it's kind of like you go about your day, and then the only time that you realize that you were doing that is if somebody gives you feedback later on, like once they get to know you and they're like, oh wow, you're nothing like I thought you were. Like, you were really unapproachable when I first met you, and you like barely smiled, and you just look so scary. And you're just like, what, really? And they're like, yeah. And it's like, that's the Scorpio. You just kind of look unapproachable and like a bit scary, like you're hiding something, and it can make those around you kind of like uncomfortable, uneasy, and it's unfortunate, but that's kind of how it is. Also, I mean, it's a good thing in a way, because then like, you don't get like, because you have like this aura or vibe that you give off of like, do not even dare like mess with me kind of thing. It kind of prevents you from from people who are up to no good actually trying to play you. So that's a good thing. It's like you kind of like ward off people who have bad intentions from trying to mess with you. So in a way, that's a good thing, because like, I mean, it prevents a lot of unfortunate things. So in a way, that's good. So the people who do end up like approaching you usually and end up watching like what they do around you. It's like they kind of it's like a test. They're testing the waters, like to see like what you'll handle and what you'll be like too. So it's kind of like people kind of think twice before trying to pull one over on you if you have a Scorpio rising. It's just because of like this demeanor that you have that's very like, gives off like a vibe of like, I'm like really, like it's kind of like astute, like you're just very put together, very like poker faced, very it's almost like you're playing a game all the time, like this game of chess, and you're just waiting to see who tries to outsmart you in chess. It's kind of like, oh, you want to try me? Okay, oh, come on, bring it. It's almost like you're ready for like battle with other people. It's like you're always ready to, you know, strike. And I feel like that's also because like Scorpio, you know, is co-ruled by Mars, and Mars is very action orientated and it's very aggressive. So you also have like this sense of like not only power because of the Pluto, that's the main influencer. Because yeah, Pluto is like the power and like the transformation and all that. So you kind of you give off like this like vibe of like I'm very powerful, and then also I'm aggressive. So like if you test me, it's not gonna be good because I'm gonna use my power and my aggression to destroy you. And you know, obviously that is usually not the case because a lot of times that's just it's your rising, right? So it is a part of you, but it's not necessarily who you are. So like once people get to actually know you, then your sun comes out, and then your eventually, if they get to know you even more, then your moon sign comes out, and it's like, oh, and you're just like, you're not vengeful, you're not this crazy aggressive power hungry person who's just gonna, you know, topple over everyone who, you know, tries to, you know, come into their space. So yeah, it's helpful, but then it's kind of, I don't know, it kind of also like I feel like it kind of also gives like I feel like sometimes you kind of like with the Scorpio rising you're just like, oh man, because like kind of, you know, your first impression's always like, oh, this girl like or this guy, like, whoa, who does he or she think she is? They're just so full of themselves, and you're just like, oh man, because like what if you have like a sun sign that's like really, you know, really fun loving or really whatever, and then like it doesn't come across that way. So you kind of, it's harder, I guess you could say, to make friends with the Scorpio rising. Yeah, definitely it's harder to make friends or to have people want to interact with you, or it's like sometimes you're out and about with, and then you, like Scorpio risings can think that they're being friendly, or they can think that, oh, I really brought out my charm this time, or I really outdid myself, you know, trying to put a smile, because usually we don't smile, or I really, you know, try to interact and be helpful, but then it's never met that way. Then like a month goes by, and then suddenly like that person you thought you were being friendly to tells you the opposite. They're like, whoa. You're like, really? Like, what the heck? Like, I thought I was doing a good job at like, you know, portraying friendliness, but no, usually it's not the case. That's how it is. So anyways, that's my scoop on being a Scorpio rising. I mean, what can we say? Like, we're really private too. Like, oh, when we're out and about in the world, like, we do not like it when someone gets too familiar with us. It's kind of like, no. It's like, for instance, like if you go to the same Starbucks, you're never gonna really like get friendly. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you think you're friendly just by buying the coffee and just be like, hey, hi, but you're never gonna be on like a first name basis. Like, oh, hey Sarah, how are you? Oh yeah, you know that I always get this drink, or oh yeah, you know this, like, oh, how's your day? Like, oh wow, like you're never gonna get like personal. You're never gonna be like, oh, I like your shirt, oh, I like your hair. No, it's like, as a Scorpio rising, you're gonna keep it like you don't know me, even though I come here literally every freaking day. But no, do not invade this space. Do not think that you can talk to me in a way that makes you think that you know me. It's like, no. And if it gets like that, you kind of like are turned off and you start looking for another place to get your coffee. It's really weird, but that's like unconscious. Or like you also don't want anyone to know anything about you. So like if you're in a coffee shop and you order something, right? Or they ask you like, how's your day? And you just, I mean, I know obviously everyone mostly lies and say that, oh, it's going great, even though it's going really bad. But Scorpio rising like takes it to another level. Like they really stretch that way. Like if they're like, oh, did you just get off work? And even if you didn't get off work, or if you did get off work, you'll just be like, oh, why are you asking? You'll get all like, whoa, why are you asking me that? And so you'll just make up something, and it's like, it's weird. Like, you're like, it's not a big deal. Like, just if you did get off work, just be like, yeah, I got off work. Like, it's just a conversation. But no, as a Scorpio rising, you're just like, It's like I don't know, it's weird. You're just like, nope, you can't know that about me. Nope, you're not gonna know the truth. Nope, nope, you don't deserve to know the truth about me. You don't deserve to know like what I've been actually up to. You don't deserve to know anything about me like at all. Like, earn that. It's kind of like that. So it's just, that's probably why like it's hard for us to make friends, because people are like, what the hell, like who is this person? Like, they're never actually telling me what they're up to. I don't know. That's another thing that happens when you have a Scorpio rising. It's like this weird unconscious thing that you do that's like, yeah. And then also, of course, like, we do have an intense stare. Like, sometimes you can be like just walking around minding your own business and like, I don't know, not even really staring at someone, but they'll pick it up as you are like staring at them, and it's just because like your gaze is just like I don't even know, like, I mean, obviously, like, if you, I don't know how to do it, because like it's unconscious again, like, you just, if you have Scorpio rising, you'll do it automatically, like when you're walking or when you're anywhere, you're just like, you like, yeah, it's like I'm watching you kind of stare, like, I don't know, it's crazy. But yeah, like, I've noticed like reactions randomly, or like when people are like, whoa, like, cool it, like, they don't necessarily say it, but you can tell that they're just like, shiz, like, calm down, like, girl, like, oh, are you having a bad day? And it's not even any of that, it's just it's just something natural that happens. Like, it's, like I said, it's like just how we operate as a Scorpio rising. Like, we just walk around and we assume that that's how we're supposed to go about life, so that no one tries to take advantage. And so we make it very clear that it's going to be very hard for you to try and take advantage of us in any way, shape, or form. Okay, so anyways, that's my scoop on Scorpio rising. And also, we don't like people to know who we are or what we are doing at all times. So yeah, I'm wearing a wig because of that. Like, it's weird, but yeah, that's another reason why I'm wearing a wig. Like, you can obviously tell it's a wig, but like, oh no, God forbid you guys know how I look. I mean, even though my other videos like have me with my dark hair, but whatever. And that's just kind of how it is. Okay, anyways, see ya. Hope you enjoyed.